The story of you and Annie. 5 years of love. The first meeting. It feels like only yesterday when you first met Annie. But in reality, it's been 5 years since that fateful day. You often think back to the beginning, the moment when everything seemed to change. It was a quiet afternoon when you agreed to meet her for the first time. Neither of you knew at the time that this meeting would be the start of something that would shape your lives. Your first date was simple, just a casual coffee at a quaint little cafe. You had exchanged a few messages before meeting, but nothing could have prepared you for the real thing. When Annie walked through the door, you felt a mix of nervous excitement and instant connection. She was beautiful, but it was more than just her appearance. There was something about her presence that calmed you, made you feel at ease. The conversation flowed effortlessly. You talked about everything: your favorite music, books, shared interests, and even some silly anecdotes from your lives. The coffee cups emptied, but the time flew by. You both realized there was something special between you, though neither of you said it out loud that day. When the date ended, there was a sense of anticipation for what would come next. Annie gave you that smile you've come to cherish over the years, and with a soft, "Let's do this again," she walked out, leaving you wanting more. Growing closer, that first coffee date turned into more. You and Annie saw each other regularly, each meeting strengthening the bond you both felt. It wasn't long before the relationship took a more intimate turn. On your second date, the sparks were undeniable, and it became clear that this connection wasn't just emotional, it was physical too. The intimacy between you wasn't just about desire, it was a reflection of the comfort and trust that had already started to form. You both explored each other's worlds, learning not only the deep secrets and ambitions that made you who you are, but also the subtleties of each other's bodies and hearts. The physical side of your relationship wasn't just about passion, it was about connection, closeness, and the warmth of being with someone who understood you on every level. As the months went by, the relationship deepened. You both learned the little quirks that made the other unique. Annie learned about your tendency to overthink, how you liked your coffee, and the way you quietly observed the world before making decisions. And you learned that Annie was spontaneous, adventurous, and had a deep passion for life. She loved to surprise you with spontaneous weekend getaways or unplanned dates, keeping the excitement alive in your relationship. But more than anything, you both found comfort in each other's presence. Life became a little easier knowing that no matter what challenges came your way, you had each other to lean on. The challenges, like any couple, the two of you faced challenges. No relationship is perfect, and the 5 years you've spent together weren't without their share of difficulties. There were disagreements about life choices, future plans, and even the smallest things that, in the heat of the moment, seemed larger than they really were. At times, the pressures of life threatened to pull you apart. There were moments when work, family obligations, or personal struggles created distance, but the strength of your relationship wasn't defined by these challenges, it was defined by how you both overcame them. Whenever things got tough, you always found a way back to each other. You communicated, sometimes through heated arguments, but more often through honest conversations late into the night. Annie had a way of making you see things from a new perspective, and you admired how she always stayed grounded, even when emotions ran high. One thing that kept you together was your shared commitment. You both knew from the start that this wasn't a temporary fling, You were building something lasting, something worth fighting for. And so, no matter what obstacles you faced, you worked through them together. The intimacy of love. Over the years, intimacy became an important part of your relationship. It wasn't just about the physical connection, though that was a significant aspect. It was about the emotional closeness you both shared. The physical side of your relationship was always natural, evolving as you grew more comfortable with each other. In those intimate moments, it wasn't just about passion or desire. It was about feeling safe and loved. Annie had a way of making you feel completely at ease, and in turn, you cherished making her feel the same. You both understood that intimacy wasn't just about what happened physically, it was about trust, vulnerability, and the deep bond that had formed over time. There were countless moments where you found yourselves wrapped in each other's arms, not needing to say anything because the silence between you spoke volumes. Whether it was after a long day, or on a quiet weekend morning, those moments of closeness became the foundation of your relationship. They reminded you both of how much you cared for one another, how much you respected and valued each other. Even after 5 years, the intimacy between you remained strong. The physical connection evolved, but it never diminished. You both found new ways to express your love, to keep the spark alive, and to deepen the emotional bond that had always been at the core of your relationship. 5 years together. As the years passed, the relationship between you and Annie continued to grow stronger. You celebrated milestones together, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and each one felt like a new chapter in your journey together. What you loved most about Annie was her unwavering support. She was your biggest cheerleader, always encouraging you to pursue your dreams, even when you doubted yourself. In return, you did everything you could to support her in her own ambitions. It was a partnership in the truest sense of the word, where both of you lifted each other up. 5 years together wasn't just a milestone. It was a testament to the love, patience, and effort you both put into the relationship. You weren't the same people you were when you first met, but that was a good thing. You had grown together, learning from each other and becoming stronger as a couple. There were countless memories you shared, some filled with joy, others with challenges, but each one contributed to the beautiful story you were building together. Whether it was a spontaneous road trip, a quiet night in, or just the ordinary moments of everyday life, everything felt better with Annie by your side. Looking forward, now, 5 years into your relationship, you find yourself looking toward the future. You know that whatever life brings, you and Annie will face it together. The past 5 years have shown you that your relationship is built on a strong foundation of love, trust, and respect. There's a quiet comfort in knowing that Annie is the person you can rely on, the one who knows you better than anyone else. And while you don't know exactly what the future holds, you're certain of one thing: Annie will be there, right beside you, just as she has been for the past 5 years. As you look back on the journey you've shared, from that first coffee date to where you are now, you realize how much your relationship has evolved. What started as a simple connection has turned into something beautiful, something real. The love you and Annie share isn't about grand gestures or perfect moments. It's about the everyday acts of kindness, the understanding, and the deep respect you have for one another. Your love story with Annie is far from over. It's only just beginning.